Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonnie and welcome to Bonny Beauty Hub. Hello, hello. If you know me, you know I am a fan of One Size Beauty. I have been following Patrick Starr for almost 10 years now, and I think his brand, is it 3 years old or 4 years old? As soon as he launched his brand in Sephora, I grabbed and I've used almost all of his products. None of his products have disappointed me yet. So when he came up with a full beat foundation, I'm not a full coverage girl. I love medium to less coverage, a very no makeup look, the 2020 trend. So when he came out with full beat, I have to give it a try because I love all his products and I want to see how this works on my skin. So I am 42 years old. I have oily combination skin. I have super sensitive skin. So yeah, let's give it a try. So this is the secondary package. I learned these terminologies from Patrick. So this is the secondary package, and you know how I feel about this metallic red. I think it's one of the most beautiful metallic reds I've ever seen. It's red is already a very bright color, so to put a metallic touch to it, it has to be very bold, and they've done such a beautiful job. So this is how the package looks. This is the primary packaging. It is a glass bottle. I have it in the shade medium 45R. Sorry, it is medium 65R. Sharp 10 a.m. I was at Sephora to pick this up, and there was a girl who was sitting in front of the one size gondola, and everything, she had just taken out everything and she was rearranging the entire gondola. And I said, I am here for the One Size Beauty foundation, and it was not even set up. And I know initially she was slightly disappointed. Oh my God, I'm just setting it up, because there were no testers out. But she was so sweet. I should have asked for her name. She was so sweet and she helped me out. So yeah, we created the testers. So that is how we worked with this. So I have it in the shade medium 65R. I love the packaging. I don't have to say much about it. Okay, it doesn't sound, it looks like a very frosty glass, but the sound is not like, it's glass. Okay, it is glass. One thing, see, I'm asking for too much. I know I'm asking for too much, but it would have been a little bit prettier if this was also metallic red. Just imagine how pretty that would have looked, but it's okay. It's closed, and this is how it would sit on my vanity, so I'm okay with that. See, oh my God, I'm low maintenance, guys. I am low maintenance. I just feel that this can be another add-on to it. Okay, so this has a very unique name. I think it is, I'm just going to put the name over here, Thixiocone. I don't know. There's a technology, and that is the formulation. That is the name of the formulation. So if you don't shake it, it's going to be very, very creamy, and you have to shake it really well to activate the ingredients inside. So we are going to shake it really, really well. And the first pump is going to take a while. The very first pump. It is moussey. It is exactly the way I expected it to be. Okay, it's creamy. Look at the coverage. I think this is going to be a really good match. So I'm not wearing a primer. We are going to go on one side first. And I have the infinity sponge. I got the infinity sponge as well. So the shape of the sponge, the actual name is Eloyd. I'm again going to put it somewhere over here, but they call it an infinity sponge. The shape is actually called Eloyd, but they've named it an infinity sponge because it has infinite edges. So you can use for foundation, you can use another edge for your concealer, the sharp edges for contouring and blush, and also to set powder. So the first side I'm going to use it dry, because I remember in one of the videos Patrick Starr did say that you can use it dry. And so my first layer, I'm going to use it dry. I think this is a buildable foundation because with just one layer it is not full coverage. So I was playing around with that pump. So initially it was just half a pump and even that was not there completely. So now this would be considered as a proper half pump. Again, going with the same dry sponge. Okay, so I haven't used full coverage foundation for a very long time, but when I heard about full coverage, my immediate thoughts went to the Kat Von D, the very first, the full coverage foundation that they had. So that is what I was expecting. This is sort of full coverage, but it is not that, it's not like the Kat Von D. It is not the cakey full coverage. It is covering up all my scars. A little bit of pigmentation I can see peeking through from the sides of my mouth. And the way it looks right now, I think I can still go ahead and layer it again. But for 2 layers, it's not looking cakey at all. It is building up the coverage, but it is not looking cakey. So I know that if I build it up a little bit more, it would look more full coverage, but I think with 2 layers, I'm going to stop it over here. So so you can see the difference. So this is the side without and with. I like the coverage because it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like I don't know if I'm making sense. It doesn't look like a full coverage foundation. Though it is giving the coverage, it doesn't look like that. How do I explain it? Because I'm not a full coverage girl, so the full coverage thought was completely different in my mind. I hope I'm making sense to you guys. So yeah, I like the amount of coverage it's giving, and I love it because it's not cakey. It's like a merry-go-round. I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it in a different way, but I'm coming to the same point where I'm not finding the right words to explain it, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to wet my sponge and we're going to do the other side and see if there's a difference with a dry sponge and a wet sponge. Before I do the other side, I just wanted to show you the difference. This side and this side. It's not totally matte, though they call it a matte foundation, it's not totally matte because a little bit of my skincare glow is still peeking through here. So maybe it'll take time to completely go down matte. I'm not mad about it. I am not mad about the glow that it has right now. It's a very natural looking foundation. So I have my wet sponge and I'm going to push you back. I don't want to do a close-up right now, and we will try. I have this much amount, so we're going to try it with the wet sponge. So as a normal sponge, it has grown bigger. Once I wet the sponge, I've completely squeezed out the water. I have so much left from last time. So let's go. This is one layer. Okay, so on the top of the mind, I feel the coverage is slightly less when you use a damp sponge. It is giving me a little bit more of a natural glow when I've used a damp sponge, more of a mattified look, more coverage when I've used a dry sponge. So that is the difference. And about the sponge itself, I have to say there is something about it. I think because the shape is like this, it is so easy to hold on to the sponge like this, and it's so flat, so it's so easy to use the product and move it around. I am a super duper fan of the sponge. I'm loving the sponge. So this is how it looks right now. So let me just do my full face of makeup and we'll discuss a little bit more about the foundation. See you soon. Okay, so my full face is done. I wore a red lip because I wanted this to look glam. I normally don't do eyeshadows these days, so red lip is the way to go to make it look glam. The time is 1:30, you can see it. So I did my makeup exactly at 1 o'clock. It took me 30 minutes because I'm doing something else to set my hair. See, I put some effort today. I set my hair and my makeup is done. So I'll try to do an 8-hour wear test. So now then I'll have to take off my makeup only at 9 o'clock at night. But tonight I'm gonna have dinner with my girlfriend. So I might get late, depends on how her day is going to be tomorrow, so we might come back early or we might stay for a longer time and chat. But yeah, I'll try to do the 8-hour wear test, so by 9 o'clock we should be good. I'm just proud of myself today. I put effort into doing my hair. I'm not a hair person, and now that I'm growing out my hair, I feel that I need to put some time and effort into my hair. After 30 minutes, now it is settling completely matte. Now it looks matte. I'm having a look over here. Earlier when I was doing my concealer, I was trying to take a closer look. I'm wearing everything, almost everything is One Size Beauty. I didn't have the One Size Beauty mascara and the eyebrow. I love them, but I didn't have it because I'm trying so many other products, so I had to give it a rest. Mostly everything is from One Size. You can see I'm having the powder, I have the concealer, I have the blush, I have the bronzer, I have the red lipstick. This, I think it was limited edition. This came out with the Disney collection, but I have a nude shade that I love. The lip liner, the eyebrow gel. Oh my god, almost everything from One Size Beauty, and I'll link everything that I'm wearing with the shades in the description box below. For evening, I'm definitely going to change out my lip. I'm going to go with the nude shade later on, but I wanted a glam look. So let me tell you a little bit more about the foundation itself. It comes in 38 different shades. It retails for $44, and the Infinity Sponge retails for $19. Let me first talk about the Infinity Sponge and get it out of the way. I love the sponge especially because of the shape. It was so easy to hold the sponge because you have this shape here, the flat portion here to hold it, and then the flat portion here to blend the foundation. It was easier to blend the foundation when it was damp, but it did look good to blend it out to when it was a dry sponge as well. It was easy for me to blend my concealer. So this way it was very easy to blend out my concealer. I did not use this to do my bronzer and blush because I wanna work on it a little bit more. I was in a hurry, but for cream it'll be really good. I love this edge over here, and I'm pretty sure you can use the same flat side to do your blush. Today I didn't want to wear a highlighter, but with the blush you have a blush topper, and by mistake I used the blush and then I went with the blush topper as well. But normally when I'm doing a foundation review these days, I don't wear a highlighter, but we have a little bit today. It's okay. It's a matte foundation, so we know that oh yeah, we're looking at the matte, we're not looking at the glow today. I am having a really close look. This is the 10 times mirror. I was thinking when I opened up the concealer, I was thinking, why didn't I wear this for a very long time in between? It's because I have dry under eyes and this is not enough hydrating for me. But yeah, it is already settling in my creases, but I'm just giving a reason why I was not using this for a very long time, and now I know why. The foundation gives a blurred effect, and I can definitely see the blurred effect, and it is the foundation because I didn't wear a primer today. Okay, so let me talk about the ingredients of the foundation. So when we talk about the ingredients, we will know what their claims are too. So this has lauryl lysine. I'm going to put the name again over here. So it's an amino acid that prevents makeup breakdown and provides water and sweat resistance. Maybe I'll sweat. The weather is like so pleasant today. I don't know, I'll even sweat. Maybe I'll go for a walk. We'll see. Alkaline complex, which is 100% plant-derived emollient. It replaces silicone for a smooth feel. So normally the smooth blurring effect, mostly it is silicone that does that, but this is a plant-derived replacement, which is alkane complex. And it has rice silk powder, which they even the One Size Beauty, the powder foundation, it has the rice silk powder, and that is what gives you the blurred and soft focus effect. So they also say that they only have 16 ingredients. Normally if you see any other foundation, they have nearly 25-30 ingredients, but this has only 16 ingredients. It's non-comedogenic, so it doesn't clog your pores. It gives you a very visibly blurred and smooth finish. It does not move, it does not budge, it's water resistant, sweat resistant. So everything we're going to check at the end of the day. In a matte foundation, two things that happens on my skin is, one, it oxidizes, and two, it settles into my smile lines or the lines on my forehead. So far none of that has happened, and I'm not gaga about this foundation just because I am not a matte foundation girl, and this is a true matte foundation. Initially, when I was happily saying that I'm not mad about the glow that I can see, so it is taking its own good time to settle into your skin, and now that it has a matte finish, it is what they say it is. It is what they say it is. However, I'm not a matte girl, and that is why I'm not super excited, but we are trying it out, and I'm going to say how this looks and how it feels on my skin. So I'm 42 years old, I have oily combination skin. So let's see how this works on oily combination skin by the end of the day. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm back for my final check-in. The time right now is 9:32. So it's been 9.5 hours, so 8.5 hours. I did my makeup at 1 o'clock. And let me tell you what all I did today. I went to a chiropractor, so I had to get some fittings done. So I had to lay on my face. You know how you lie down at a chiropractor. So my face was completely into the pillow, and they had a paper there. So my face was completely into the pillow. I did see the transfer. There was very little transfer. However, there is no patchiness on my face. Nothing has moved. In fact, even my blush is intact, and I was moving around because I had to change my positions, and I was there for at least 15 minutes the way I was lying down, and it didn't budge. It did not move. And the only thing I'm not liking today is the concealer, and maybe that is why I stopped wearing it, because it is too dry for my under eyes. Normally, sometimes I use a serum before I wear my concealer, even though I've done my skincare routine. Before I do my concealer, I use a little bit of under eye serum, but today I did not do that. And the concealer is a little bit dry for me because I have super duper dry under eyes. So that is reminding me why I stopped using the concealer. So this area, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I am not liking it because it is a little bit dry for me. But otherwise, my entire skin is good. It looks good. Again, I have a little bit concerns about the full coverage side because it is giving a really good amount of coverage. However, I can see a little bit of my dark spots peeking through. Otherwise, it hasn't settled into any of my smile lines, my wrinkles. It is intact. And even the oiliness, you can see that I don't have a lot of oil peeking through. I'm just going to take the sponge that I used this morning, and let's do one side. I'm just pressing it. Do you see the difference? That is it. It's back to matte. But you know me, I like this glowy look. I love at least this amount of glow I needed. So yeah, for 8.5 hours, I love the way it is looking. So yeah, my final verdict is I love this foundation. A total thumbs up from my side. So that is all for today. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching till the end, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.